In this week, I'll teach you how to differentiate the words there, and there. These are words that sound pretty much the same. However, they do have many different functions. So I made a PDF that is free for you to have. I'll leave it somewhere down in this video, or if you're watching it on YouTube, it should be in the description. So definitely get to it. It's free. Let's go into this lesson. I made this PDF. It's pretty simple, 7 pages, and this do its best to condensate and make it as simple as possible to differentiate these three words. So let's go to the first word. Let's go with there. This is basically a contraction. It's between they and are. Once you put them together, you can just say them as there. So they are becomes there. What does this mean? It's just a way to express when talking about what people are doing or are like. So it's more of saying a status or what's the current condition of something. It sounds just like there and there, but the only thing is that there are two words involved. Again, they and are. So let's go with the example. They're going to the park. If you notice on this wording here, there's an apostrophe in here. This means that the words they and are have been contracted. So if you split them apart, you can just notice that it just said they are going to the park. It's still valid. You can still use it, but in normal English or just like everyday English, we don't say it that way. That is if you want to emphasize on something. But most of the time, just go with there. Again, this is just a contraction between they and are. So, for example, let's go to the second example. I think they're ready. That means again that the words I think they are, it's getting contracted, they and are, and it becomes from I think they are ready to I think they're ready. That's pretty much what you have to know about this there. Let's go with the next there. There. This is a possessive pronoun. Basically, what it says about this pronoun is that it implies ownership or belonging to something. So it sounds again like there and there. So again, pay attention on the way that it's being used. Right now, what I can tell you is that depending on the context of the sentence you use it, you'll realize that it's either there, or there. Or funny, right? Um, that pretty much is used before any noun to indicate possession. It's showing that something belongs to a group of people or things. So again, let's go with some examples. This is their car. So again, you can ask yourself the question just to make yourself like a rule of thumb to differentiate. If I say this is their car, and you can ask yourself, whose car? Their car. It's a way for you to start getting your brain used to it. So that's their car. If I were the one who'd be owning the car, or the people in this case, it'll be this is our car. But from my perspective in here, I'm pointing that this is their possession, their car. Second example. Let's go with the second example. The students brought their books. This means again, make yourself again the question, whose books? Their books. Again, from their perspective, it would be whose books? Our books. But again, backing into our point of view, which is this one, I'm talking about their possession, their books. And then the last one that I'm going to be focusing on is there. Again, this is very different, but in this case, I'm talking about a place or a state of being or existence. That means that I'm pointing towards something that I'm looking at. So, for example, over there or right there. So, this is again for usage for a location or as an expositive, like an introductory word with no real meaning. So, for example, on that case, an introductory word would be like, there is a house. So that again, I'm introducing something with the word there is instead of right there. Let's go with the first example. There is a fly in my soup. Again, you can just introduce the fly this way. So there is a fly. So I'm telling it right there is a fly in my soup. Here again, we have a contraction. This is something that happens with the word there and is. You can contract them again, and just like we talked on the first terminology with they are, there is in this case would become theirs. So this is something that you can also practice if you don't have to say both of the words separately, you can just put them together and just let them be pronounced in a single attempt. So instead of saying there is, you can just say there's a fly in my soup. Okay. For example, there were many people at the concert. Again, this I'm pointing towards that at the concert or the concert, there were a lot of people involved. In this case, it's not that it's very unusual for you to contract the words there and were. So in this case, as an exception, skip that part of contracting and just say there were. It's just something you could say it there were like there, but it's very unusual to say it. It's not that very it's not common to contract it. So skip that part. It's an exception to the rule when it comes to the contractions. And that's pretty much what I have for you in here. And I'm gonna be leaving you again a set of practices. So again, in here you're gonna find all the couple of seven questions. And if you want to know the answers, just go to the seventh page. So if you scroll down in here, you'll find the answers. I'm not gonna put it in here. Just give it a shot, practice it. And additionally, I made a module via Anki or Noji, and I've converted all these words into all these questions into actual flashcards. So if you want to practice it via an app, I made the same version, the same questions in here, into a Anki version. So you can use it on your phone or your tablet. You can keep them as flashcards, and with time, I'll start adding more questions. So this will be a flashcard set that I'm gonna be developing on next couple of weeks. So definitely, if you want to get more in tune with these words and improve on this section, give it a shot and download it. And this should also be useful for you. And again, this will also be free. So if you liked it, if you like this video, consider subscribing to my channel. Check out my Substack. Again, subscribe to my Substack. And if you have any questions, drop it in the comments. Other than that, thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.